Today's review is on the Family Guy Girlfriend episode that aired back on Sunday, May 8th. Chris returns from camp and he has a girlfriend. Stewie tattles on Meg when he tells Chris that she has been trying on his clothes. Why Meg was trying on Chris's clothes, I have no idea. Meg walks into the living room and she stops when she sees Chris. Like her eyes got all big like, oh crap, I can't have him see me in his clothes. Meg then slowly walks back. Peter does not like the fact that Chris is giving him romantic advice. So when Peter tells Quagmire, Cleveland and Joe that Chris is, his friends think that Chris is lying. But Peter's not buying it. Quagmire brought up the time Cleveland claimed about liking Miller Lite because it tastes great. Cleveland says it does taste great. Quagmire yells saying that it's less filling. And they go back and forth and start fighting like teenage girls. The scene freezes as Peter and Joe look at them like, what the hell? You got the narrator talking in the background. Meanwhile, a handyman named Jamie comes over to the Griffins, and Lois is thirsty and has the hots for him. She blushes while she twirls her hair. Meg and Stewie also have the hots for Jamie too. Peter tells Chris that he believes that his girlfriend named Jennifer is not real and that his own son made it up. Chris tells Peter that he is not lying and that Jennifer is real and is a model for Tim Hortons in Canada. Peter and Chris head to Canada to meet her. While the boys are gone, Lois and Meg are competing against each other over Jamie. Lois tells Meg, "This is Mama's show, Meg." Meg is like, "What are you talking about? You have Dad. Jamie is mine." And you know, Meg does have a good point. Lois, why are you trying to get with the handyman behind your husband's back? Meg is right. Lois, have you forgotten that you and Peter are married? Let Meg have Jamie. Your daughter is single, so it would make sense for her to get with Jamie, all right? What are you doing cheating behind Peter's back? And she's talking about that she just want to get a whiff of his neck and she'll be good in the next 6 years. Seriously, Lois? Not to mention, Lois looks pretty hypocritical in this episode. This is the same woman who wanted to stop Bonnie from having an affair behind Joe's back in Paris. We all remember that episode, right? So why on earth is she trying to have an affair behind Peter's back? You look hypocritical, Lois. Not cool. Lois warns Meg that if she doesn't back off, Lois will end her. Meg says, "You wouldn't dare." Then it blacks out and says "the end" with 3 X's. Plus, Meg looks pretty cute in her red, white, and blue American flag outfit. In Canada, Peter and Chris stop at a strip club. Peter is still having a hard time believing that Chris has a girlfriend. Talking about he thinks it's not adding up. Why is it not adding up, Peter? Chris tells Peter that Lois is out of his league. Since Peter is lucky since Lois is hot and Peter is not. Ooh. Ooh. Dang, Chris. I never thought there would be an episode where Chris would ever get on his dad's looks. I mean, I guess you could say Peter isn't the most attractive looking character ever, especially since the guy has balls for a chin. I mean, Chris has balls for a chin too, but he has little balls for a chin. And not to mention, Peter's personality say is ugly since he's been flanderized into an asshole and a jerk at times. I mean, the old Peter in the earlier Family Guy seasons wasn't a jerk or an asshole. He cared about his family and friends and would learn his lesson. Nowadays, Peter just has been turned into an asshole and a jerk at times. So that's ugly. And then Peter doesn't think that he's out of his own wife's league. And he's going to tell Chris that him and Lois have their own strengths and weaknesses, where they're pretty much compatible as the same person. And then Peter doesn't think he has a big head. Nah, your head is pretty big, Peter. It is what it is. Chris told him to shut up. I was dying. He told his own father, shut up. That's when he went in about, saying that Peter's not hot. Peter tells Chris that he doesn't believe he has a girlfriend because he sees him as a fat loser. This hurts Chris's feelings as he cries. He tells Peter that he hates him, which is rightfully so, and Chris runs off. And then Peter feels bad, which he should. He should be feeling bad. He feels bad, and he feels that he possibly have ruined Chris's self-esteem. Possibly? Dude, you did. Then we see Chris dancing as a stripper due to him being hurt because of what Peter said about him. In the next scene, Peter tries to apologize to Chris, but Chris doesn't want his apology since Peter called him a fat loser. Then Peter gonna make up some crap saying that he didn't mean to say the word fat, like F-A-T. He meant the word P-H-A-T. Peter, shut up! Shut up! You fat F-U-C-K? And I don't mean P-H-A-T myself. How about that? I mean F-A-T. Peter offers to give Chris a bottle of Mountain Dew to accept his apology. Chris accepts it and gets back in the car. All it takes is a bottle of Mountain Dew to accept your father's hung, Chris. Back in Quahog, Meg bakes some chocolate chip cookies for Jamie, as she looks so cute in the dress she is wearing. And Lois also wears a nice pink dress too. Anyways, Lois is coming outside with some lemonade, and Meg was pissed. Ooh, she was pissed. She was like, no way. You are not going to get away trying to get in between me and Jamie. It's not happening. I like when Meg even said to Lois, it's not happening, old lady. Ooh. Making sure that Lois doesn't get in the way, Meg turns the knob on from outside to turn on the sprinklers in the front yard. Lois struggles to get through the sprinklers as she loses her balance, then slid on some wet grass, causing her to bump into the ladder that Jamie is on. Jamie falls off the ladder, then lands on a trampoline, and then gets launched into the overhead power lines, then ends up lying in the street. Luckily, Jamie is okay, as he announced it to Lois and Meg. They were happy that he was fine, but not for long when a flipping truck runs over him and the poor man is instantly killed. Lois, Meg, and Stewie are shocked and devastated. Stewie runs to his aid, but then quickly walks back when he says, "It's out, it's out." He was obviously referring to his butt being all out when he was ran over by the passing truck. Poor Jamie. See, if it wasn't for Lois and Meg going at each other, fighting over Jamie, and being so competitive about it, the poor man would still be alive right now. But no, you caused him to lose his life. And the flipping truck didn't help running over him. Screw the guy in the passing truck. At Jamie's funeral, we find out that he has a twin brother who is an inner thigh masseuse. Just like with Jamie, Lois has the hots for his twin brother, especially since she was sniffing the hell out of his hair. What the? We can see her one nostril. Good Lord, Lois. Just like in the All About Alana episode, Chris' one nostril was shown when he sniffed the hell out of Lois's piano student, Alana. I mean, he was getting a whiff of her like he was snorting cocaine.
Chris, go to your room.
Sure thing, Mom. Just one more sniff of finesse. As you were.
I mean, I get that Alana is hot, but it's like, all right, Chris, relax. Alana looks so uncomfortable and disturbed. I like the fact that Alana is voiced by Elizabeth Gillies, Jade of Victorious. And Alana was hiding Lois's clothes and rocking the red wig. Meg is pissed off, and Jamie's twin heads back to Florida. Stewie throws Rupert to Lois as he is in Jamie's twin brother's suitcase to tag along with him to Florida. Peter apologizes to Chris. Chris told him that he hurt his feelings and wanted to know why he would do that. Yes, Peter, Claire to explain. Peter said that he was a fat loser. Was? Are you still not one till this day? I'm just saying. In high school, he lied about having a Canadian girlfriend who was hot. No one believed him, so he made up a game show in the assembly to prove to the students. And Chris was like, what? I'm surprised Chris didn't say, what? Like he has in the past Family Guy episodes. That would have been more epic and made more sense for him to say that. It was Peter's way of protecting Chris from the pain Peter was dealing with. Chris and Peter arrive at Chris's girlfriend's house. His Canadian girlfriend is beautiful. Oh my, she is so beautiful. Chris sees that Peter is sad and that seeing her will only make it worse. So Chris waves her off and he tells Peter that he never had a girlfriend. What? Are you serious? Dude, you had a beautiful Canadian girlfriend, and because you see your father unhappy, You're gonna wave her off? Are you kidding me? Okay, look, I understand you love your dad. You don't want to see him unhappy. But couldn't y'all make it work? I mean, come on. You had a Canadian girlfriend. And then you gonna lie saying that you made her up? Nah, man. What the hell, Chris? If I was him, I wouldn't make that crap up. I would find a way to make my father happy. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. I can't believe Chris did that. Chris texts Jennifer that he is sorry he could not see her because Peter is a fat loser. He also asked her to keep sending nudes. Oh my God, Chris. Jennifer understood as her father is Nickelback. Okay. Oh man. The episode ends with Peter at his high school reunion where he faces the people he lied to before, and that's pretty much it. I mean, they pretty much figure out that he lied, and that was the end of the episode. Anyways, I would give this episode a B grade. It was a good episode, but the only things I didn't like was the fact that Lois and Meg were fighting over the handyman Jamie, where it led to him to pass away. If they weren't fighting over the guy, the man obviously would still be alive to this day. I didn't like the fact that Lois was pretty much trying to have an affair with Peter. I didn't like the fact that Peter called his own son a fat loser and being an asshole of a jerk that he is nowadays. Boy, I can't wait to tackle that Family Guy flanderization video. I haven't even started on the Fairly Odd Parents one. I'll get to that whenever I can. Anyways, this has been my review on the Girlfriend episode. Tell me your thoughts. What did you think of the episode? Bye.